Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandra and I just had a birthday. I turned 26. Time is flying, and obviously for my 26th birthday I had to get myself some book. I had a discount code, so I was like, why not go on Chapters Indigo, buy some books. And I have a thematic every year when I buy books for my birthday. So this year it's more like self-help, law of attraction, and books that I've always wanted to buy for myself but I was holding off on. So that's what this book haul is going to be about. So yeah, so before I start unboxing the books, I just want to take a moment and say thank you for those who follow, for those who comment lovely things both on my YouTube, on my Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere, and those of you who also email me. You guys are the absolute best, and I'm just so happy to have continued with this channel and also for having expanded it and incorporated the writing part, vlogs, more vlogs, my writing routine, what I do in life, and just sharing the love of books and writing and creativity and living a fulfilling and creative life. So I hope to keep showing up every week. I hope to keep inspiring people, and I hope to keep making new friends in the community. So yeah, it's just like a dream come true. Like if my 12-year-old and 16-year-old self could see me now, they would be really happy and proud, because little do some of you know, I had another channel and I had posted when I was very young, but I was very insecure. I had a big tooth gap, I had a big accent, so I just held off for the longest time. So I'm just happy in the last 2 years I told myself I'm going to be making content, making videos, if anything for myself first and to inspire others secondly. So yeah, that's it. That's all that I had to say. Now let's get into the books. Alright, let's start with the first package. So for those of you who are chronically online like I am, there's this saying where you enter certain eras in your life, and I've definitely entered my delusional era, and I'm very happy for it because it's the happiest era I've been in I would say 5 years. So that's saying something. I haven't been this happy since I was 21 and since the pandemic and all that, so I'm just really happy to be in this era. So you're gonna see the books that reflect that era. Holy macaroni, oh my god, I swear to god I go to the gym, but I don't know what kind of super glue they're using on these boxes sometimes. And I used to work for Chapters Indigo, so I would unbox boxes for 2-3 hours every morning at 5 a.m. So, okay, let's get into it. This is huge. That's what she said. Anyways, so I got this book. I just learned about this book through TikTok, and I'm not only entering my delusional era, but I'm also like fully embracing my spiritual era. I might at some point talk more about the spiritual books that I'm reading. You guys know I also have a second YouTube channel that I talk more about these type of things. So I'm just going to present you the book, and it's The Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall. And I thought this was illustrated. Yes, it is briefly illustrated as well. This goes through all the secret myths, religion, and philosophy of the world, and it just seems like a very compelling read. So I'm very excited for picking this book up, and let me know if some of you've heard of it or read it before. I'm just very much going back to my roots of like discovering new things, old things, all the things, philosophy, psychology, and all the other things that I kind of left aside in the last few years are just coming back to me. So I am fully embracing it. So this next book is a book that I wanted to pick up for a while now, but I just wasn't committed to the full $30 price, and it's A Swim in a Pond in the Rain by George Saunders. And this is actually in which 4 Russians give a masterclass on writing, reading, and life. So I think he goes through Chekhov, Turgenev, Tolstoy, and Gogol, and then he gives this masterclass on writing and reading according to the text from these 4 Russian authors. And I love Russian literature. I have not read, I will say, Chekhov and Turgenev or Turgenev. Not too sure, but I have read extensively Tolstoy and Gogol when I was in university, and after university, so definitely am intrigued to read this one, and I might pick up some more Russian works before even starting this one. Alright, we're on the second box. My back hurts, and that is the sign of the times. I wonder how many of you actively watch my channel since it launched and wonder to yourselves, wow, this girl really doesn't discriminate on literature and reads everything, because when I look at this stack, I'm amazed myself that I've come to the point where I like all kinds of literature, because wow, when I was younger it was strictly fiction. So first of all, we have this book. I freaking knew it that I was getting a deal that was way too good to be true, because I thought this would at least be a paperback, but I don't know why it's so small. And it's the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, and it's by Deepak Chopra. I heard great things about this author. I've watched him talk with Jay Shetty, so I had to pick this one up. And then I finally got Bluets by Maggie Nelson, and I've been wanting to get this book for years now, but I just didn't want to commit to it. But it's really much shorter than I thought it would be. And it's basically everything to do with the color blue that the author discusses. I think it's kind of like essay style, or vignettes. Basically, I see it looks more like vignettes on the color blue. So love the cover though, so pretty. Then I got Stung with Love, Poems and Fragments by Sappho. Loving the cover as well. I've always wanted to get this one, so I finally got it. Then I got this newer release book, and it's The Writing Retreat by Julia Bart, and I just had to get it. You guys know I love anything having to do with writing, writing retreats, writing groups, dark academia, all of that stuff, and this one is definitely up my alley. So it says here, Alex has all but given up on her dreams of becoming a published author when she receives a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Attend an exclusive month-long writing retreat at the estate of feminist horror writer Rosa Vallow. Even the knowledge that Ren, her former best friend and current rival, is attending doesn't dampen her excitement. Long story short, this is definitely a thriller, and things ensue from there, and I can't wait to read this. I'm probably going to read this in the fall time, if not the winter time, because it's just that's the setting. So but I'm so excited to have this. Then I got The Half of It by Madison Beer. I had to get her memoir. I'm very excited to read it. It's very short, but the reason why I got it is because, first of all, I've been listening to her since she started her career. I was there when other people were criticizing her voice, but she really believed in herself and continued on that path, and now she's selling out tours and she's expanding her career, her music career. She also discusses a lot of her mental health and the fact that she has borderline personality disorder, and it's very rare to see a celebrity come out and talk about BPD except Pete Davidson. So I'm very intrigued as someone who has BPD, so I can't wait to read this one. Then I have 2 manifestation books. Okay, I have The Law of Attraction and I have Ask and It Is Given, both by Esther and Jerry Hicks. So pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to go into that, but I'm going to be reading these books and reviewing them soon on this channel and on my second channel as well. So then we have The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, and it's timeless lessons on wealth, greed, and happiness. And I am obsessed with the cover. This book has been really popular, really famous, and highly reviewed since it's been published. So you have Tim Ferriss reviewing it, James Clear reviewing it, and many other people loving this book, so I had to pick it up. Then I picked up American Dirt by Janine Cummins, and the reason why I picked this up is that it's always out of stock for some reason on Chapters and on Book Outlet. And so I saw it on there for a very good price, like it was like about $10, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick it up. And I know that there was controversy around it, but I don't remember what it was about, so I just want to read it myself to see. And it actually has been highly reviewed by a few famous authors. You have Stephen King, Sandra Cisneros, John Grisham, Kristen Hanna, and Anne Patchett, to name the least. So I don't know what this book was about. I genuinely don't remember why this book was so problematic, but I definitely want to discover it myself. It says here, Lydia Quinzano Perez lives in the Mexican city of Acapulco. She runs a bookstore. She has a son, Luca, the love of her life, and a wonderful husband who is a journalist. And while there are cracks beginning to show in Acapulco because of the drug cartels, her life is by and large fairly comfortable. Even though she knows they'll never sell, Lydia stocks some of her all-time favorite books in her store, and then one day a man enters the shop to browse and comes up to the register with a few books he would like to buy, 2 of them her favorite. Javier is erudite, he is charming, and unbeknownst to Lydia, he is the jefe of the newest drug cartel that has gruesomely taken over the city. When Lydia's husband's tell-all profile of Javier is published, none of their lives will ever be the same. Okay, it sounds very intriguing though, so I'm going to read this and then see what happens and what are the reviews online about this book. Satisfying. Oh my god, I've been waiting for this book. And it's Yellowface by R.F. Kuang, and I went to see her talk live in Toronto for the second time, talking about her book. I don't know why there's a little crease here. That's so annoying, especially since I pre-ordered this and it was already late, and I should have got it after I went to the talk, but I didn't. But now it's here. Heard great reviews about this. It's also about a writer, and this writer steals the identity and basically the not only identity but the racial identity and the story from her rival who passed away, and it's just a crazy ass story, and it also critiques a lot of the publishing industry as well. And so listening R.F. Kuang talk about this full circle moment as HarperCollins were going through a lot of fire is very brave, and I really can't wait to read this one. Oh, not as satisfying. Oh, this is another pre-order that I had, and oh my god, this is perfect because I've been obsessed with vampires all over again, so can't believe I got this. And this one is Women Eating, a novel by Claire Coda, and it's basically, it says here, a young mixed race vampire must find a way to balance her deep-seated desire to live among humans with her incessant hunger in this stunning debut novel from a writer to watch. So I guess that's all we're getting. I guess that's all we need, and I can't wait to read this one because I'm on a huge vampire kick. So if you have any good vampire novels to recommend, leave them down below. I'm back in that obsession again. Next box. Okay, we have a few books in here. So these are more books in my self-help era. So we have Psycho-Cybernetics, and it's basically tap into the power of your subconscious mind to improve your self-image, learn to use positive paths, set and achieve worthwhile goals, develop compassion, self-respect, and forgiveness, cultivate the power of rational thinking, discover the key to a happier, more successful life by Maxwell Maltz. And I heard great things about this book, so that's that. Then we have The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, and this again is another book about, you know, just taking a leap and going for what you want in life. So Gay Hendricks reveals a simple yet comprehensive program for overcoming our one barrier to happiness and fulfillment, providing a clear path for achieving our true potential and attaining not only financial success but also success in love and life. Love the fish. Then I heard some great things on TikTok about this book, and it's Good Vibes, Good Life by Vex King, and it says how self-love is the key to unlocking your greatness. And I love that. I love when it's focused on self-love versus, you know, bullying you into changing. So it's all about overcoming fear and acceptance and changing your habits, etc., etc. It's always the same thing, but I've spoken about this on my other channel. Like, self-help gets a really bad reputation, and I understand why, but the whole purpose is to take what resonates with you and to abandon what doesn't. And you never know when you read one that will actually help or inspire you. So that's why I will never like discriminate against self-help, although I do understand some of it is very formulaic and it's very much like a cash grab, but a lot of it can be helpful and can raise your awareness and help you. So that's how I see it personally. Alright, and we're on to the biggest box of the whole haul, so the last portion of this haul. So the first thing we have here is this book, and it's the Health Promoting Cookbook by Alan Goldhammer, and it's simple, guilt-free vegetarian recipes. Because I just became vegan, it's really hard for me to find new things to eat. I also am reading Alan Goldhammer's other book, The Pleasure Trap, that has changed my life. So I figured why not order his cookbook and see what I can cook. And I'm definitely going to go through this very soon because I need help. Then we have a fiction book that I've been wanting to pick up, and it's Acts of Service by Lillian Fishman. And a lot of people have been reading and raving about this book. We have one of my favorite authors, Sheila Heti, that also reviewed it. So it says here, Eve has an adoring girlfriend, an impulsive streak, and a secret fear that she's wasting her brief youth with just one person. So one evening she posts some nudes online. This is how she meets Olivia, and through Olivia, the charismatic Nathan. Despite Eve's better instincts, the three soon begin a relationship, one that disturbs Eve as much as it enthralls her. As each act of their affair unfolds across a cold and glittering New York, Eve is forced to confront the question that most consume her. What do we bring to sex? What does it reveal of ourselves and one another? And how do we reconcile what we want with what we think we should want? So this sounds very fascinating, and I'm obsessed with the cover. So back to my manifestation delusional era, let's go through these books quickly. I have Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. I have The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. And I also have Infinite Potential by Neville Goddard. My god, Godard. I don't know, I can't say it in English because it just sounds better in French. And then we have Infinite Possibilities, The Art of Living Your Dreams by Mike Dooley. So those are just all these manifestation books. Obviously, you guys know when I collect many books in one genre, it's because a video is coming soon. But let's take a break from manifestation and go with another fiction book, and we have Save Me the Waltz by Zelda Fitzgerald. So for those of you who watch my vlog, I recently am reading more French Riviera books and books with people that were influential in the Riviera back in the day, and one of them is the Fitzgerald. I read this fictionalized book on Zelda's life, and it's called The Autobiography of Zed. I'll link it down below, and I really enjoyed it. And at the end, the author actually talks about Zelda and says that this was the only book she got to actually publish under her name, and I really am excited to read this and give my full review. And yeah, I'm just obsessed with Zelda Fitzgerald, so I never hear anyone talk about this book, so I can't wait to read it and maybe spread it if I enjoy it. Okay, so the break was brief because we're back. We have Manifest 7 Steps to Living Your Best Life by Roxy Nafusi, and I heard about this book and about this author through Jay Shetty's channel, so I watched her speak, and we actually have similar life paths, whereas I also went down the drugs and alcohol route, and then when I was about 25 last year, it was like, you know what, this doesn't serve me. I don't want to do any of this anymore. I want to really follow my dreams and be clean and sober. So that's why I kind of have that connection. So I've wanted to support her and pick up her book. And then I also got The Vortex, and it's Where the Law of Attraction Assembles All Cooperative Relationships by Esther and Jerry Hicks again. Then I got this book by Louise Hay. It says You Can Heal Your Life. It's just basically all about healing, and this book has been around for a few decades now, and it seems that it has really great reviews. It says over 50 million copies sold, so I've always seen this book around. I never stopped to think like maybe I should pick it up, but now I really wanted to pick it up and I got it. I have another book that's very much important in self-help, but this one is about trauma specifically, and it says Trauma and Recovery: The Aftermath of Violence from Domestic Abuse to Political Terror by Judith L. Herman. So this book has been around for a very long time, and I finally picked it up. Then I picked up this next book more as a joke because I see it all the time, and like some of it seems so crazy and other advice actually seems applicable, and I just want to know what the deal is with this book because I've been seeing this book around since I was a kid. I just want to understand why people are saying it's really good or people are saying it's really bad, and I wonder if I'm going to be somewhere in the middle. So it's Why Men Love Bitches: From Doormat to Dream Girl, A Woman's Guide to Holding Her Own in a Relationship by Sherry Argon. So picked it up. I have nothing to say yet because I haven't read it, so I can't say anything about it. And then I really wanted to buy a lot of books on depersonalization and derealization, but the fun fact about these books is that they average from $70 to $100 for books that are not even 200 pages long. So I got the cheapest one instead, And apparently this one is a highly reviewed one anyways. So it's Stop Unreality, A Guide to Conquering Depersonalization, Derealization, DPD, Anxiety and Depression by Kevin Klicks. So yeah, but eventually I want to buy those other books. I just am going to buy one a year maybe, because I'm not spending $100 for just one book when I can try to find it at the library. Even then, my local library doesn't have some of these niche titles, so I'm just gonna have to save up money at some point. So yeah, these were all the books that I got for my 26th birthday. I don't know if some of these are interesting to you guys or if they just seem very boring and very self-help focused, but I would love to know, what have you bought on your birthday as a book? Could be fiction, non-fiction, I don't care. Let me know what are some books that you bought and what are some books that have changed your life too while we're at it, because you know, it's good to grow, it's good to notice patterns, etc., and heal. So that's actually just the mood that I am in. And for those of you who are watching my vlogs a year ago, you could see I was depressed, I was lost, I was confused, and now I am happier than ever, and I couldn't ask for anything more. If anything in life, what you can always ask for is happiness, pure and unadulterated happiness in every present moment in life. So I'm kind of going through that spiritual path, and it's been very fulfilling and healing, and I just want to continue in that energy. I just want to keep my boundaries. I just want to keep being consistent. I want to keep showing up for myself as a creator, as a person, and as someone who really values herself now. So yeah, as always, I love you guys so much. Always feel free to contact me, to share ideas, to share your thoughts on books or the books that you're reading or the books that I mentioned on the video. As always, everything is linked down below, and I have never been this happy to be older. I've never been this happy to turn on a birthday. This is my first birthday that I did not cry on my birthday. So, and I'm a very emotional person, but like, if I had any tears, they didn't come out, and if I did, it would have been purely happy tears for the progress I've made in my life. So very happy about that. I'll see you on the next video. Love you guys so much. Keep reading, keep writing, keep being creative, and keep following your heart always. Bye. I'm like a Marvel movie. It's never over until it's over. Yesterday when I was filming the book haul, I realized that I was missing a package, so I went today and the package was there magically. So let's get into the last books, and again, it's some self-help motivational books, so let's unbox them. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I definitely had more coffee today, so I think I should like film my videos right after I had like 3 cups of coffee, because the energy levels impeccable before the crash. Especially my muscle levels though, not so great. Ugh. Like, is this like super glue? Why is this not? Oh my god, how am I supposed to open this? It literally is easier to rip the box from the other side than it is to take off this glue. So we're gonna do that. Okay, we have the 3 last books here. So first we have The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. There are no limits to the prosperity, happiness, and peace of mind you can achieve simply by using the power of the subconscious mind by Joseph Murphy. I love the cover. Then we have this one, which I heard great things about, and it's called Rich as Fuck, More Money Than You Know What to Do With by Amanda Frances. And I don't know, this book has been like making its rounds lately, so I definitely want to manifest more money in my life. And finally, we have Essentialism, which is The Disciplined Pursuit of Less by Greg McKeown. I'm not too sure how you say that, but love the cover. I have seen this book around for a very long time, but for once I actually heard someone review it and it sounded really good, and I decided to buy it. Yes. Hopefully this will also help me be more productive. Now we're done. Now we can roll the end clip. So goodbye again, adieu, and see you on the next one. Bye!